All we need to know is that Yetis are involved.
Yes.
Oh, we know these characters now. For some reason, Kelvin didn't get colors.
Kelvin was also wielding a sword there. I think that's incorrect. Maybe
Might.
he hadn't realized that he's a spear boy.
Yeah, who can really know? Hold on 1 second. I could feel my headset vibrating when I was speaking into it, so I had to fondle it.
I could kind of hear some vibros.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is that does it.
Huh.
Maybe it's just shoddy construction on part of the headset. I wouldn't think so though.
You know, I have a headset that has some physical components that are broken in such a way that it makes it unwearable, but everything that's important is actually still there.
This headset's pretty good. It's just it has the one thing that all I really have to do is wiggle it after if it does it. It's made by Corsair too, who make good stuff. Well, yeah, we got new people.
Yeah.
We got
my God,
Gustav.
Gustav is in our party?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, that happened.
Wait, what happened to Will Knights? I forgot.
He's with pirates right now.
Okay.
I forgot exactly why, but he and Gustav were actually in collusion without.
Are we gonna do the intro? Are we ready?
The intro.
Yeah, you should always do an intro.
We should do an intro. The intro is... I can make Gus dance.
Welcome back once again, friends and foes. We are here with SaGa Frontier 2. My name is Kaz. This is Gustav, the magical steel boy.
Anti-magical steel
has
boy.
Returned once again. Anti-magical steel.
Thanks for the
He
sub,
who
Ogre.
is called less than a rock by his father, the king, has returned once again to do whatever the hell we were doing.
Right, we were making Raymond into a martial artist, basically out of spite.
All right.
With his alligator armor and his pop shoes. And we just got fucking Gustav, who also knows the way of the fist. Yeah, but I'm no bit, and this is Kaz. We're playing SaGa Frontier 2. Last time, the guy with the blast sword died. There's been some disagreement on whether or not he'll come back or not.
Oh no. He was pointing at his head the entire time. He knew his fate.
He might have known his fate.
He's like, he's like the guy from the meme, pointing at his own head and that smug look on his face, yep, I'm gonna bite it.
He just had such a weird introduction for a character that would or wouldn't come back, you know?
They built him up as this thing, and it's
Is this cool
why?
guy?
After all this time, why would you try to introduce another dude? So I'm glad that he's gone. I think he's permanently dead. We could only revisit him by going back in time. He has definitely been murdered by ninjas forever.
Battles beyond physical limitations. Let's give Gus heavy attack because he can only do that.
Yes.
Really, though, all of these characters are killing characters. We don't have a healer right now.
I mean, that's all right. I still find it strange that Gustav would join this ragtag band of diggers. Are they all diggers, or was just Will Knights the digger?
William Knights was Tycoon Will, the most famous digger in the world. He is after the egg. Pirates have the egg.
Going after the egg.
I think what was happening was Gustav and Will. This is their convening point. Gustav and Will are both dealing with the pirates,
though, right?
Yeah, they're
these are people who are. We are now one step away from Kevin Bacon, but we are not 0 steps from Kevin Bacon. We have not become Kevin Bacon.
They're working together right now without realizing it. Is what happened here.
Sort of a, there's a kind of dramatic irony for the player, the audience, about, oh wow, these two dramatic, epic, larger than life characters have converged, which is an adequate and correct title for Gustav, who is definitely an epic character
Yeah,
and
Gustav is
not
definitely
in
larger.
the least accurate for Will Knights, who is just sort of an ordinary person and has dealt with some tragedies. Like,
Yeah, William Knight is much more. Oh God, there's birds already. William is.
so can we turn the lights on again? Is that a thing we do in Night City?
It was.
Or, all right, that's probably.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
the lights
lights
are on. I
on.
want to fight this bird.
Get your lights out. Lights out, knives out.
Fight this bird. See what these birds are made of.
So, just contrasting with what we were talking about a second ago, I'm going to blame you for this thing that has been rattling around in my head for literal months.
Yeah.
After you were playing like Dwarf Fortress for a matter of like a couple minutes, and like one of your, I think one of your dwarven armies or militia or something were called the Muscular Knives, and that name has been stuck in my brain for so long. Every time I think about anything sharp, I'm like, oh yes,
It's gotta send
the
the muscular
muscular
knives.
Like, it's not okay to have that kind of word nugget rattling around in my brain. How do I eliminate this?
You gotta play more. You gotta play some Dwarf Fortress.
Is
But
that the way I process it? I just replace it with something even more dire?
Yeah. Got the somersault smash.
Somersaults! Oh, that's got some dramatic energy to it, because the smash goes like down and the somersault goes up. Just like
Rock
Good.
crush.
it's a good move.
Hope Gus can like spark some cool sword moves while I have him.
Did any of these folks have anything to say about Gustav? Like, he should be a famous person at this point, and also apart from his own like legacy of fame or rumors about his, any like external knowledge, he should be unusual in himself for being the whole steel thing. Like, that should be weird to us.
Fur.
It's a fur.
We got a fur. I think the
But
fur
what I'm saying is,
completely
I think that
average.
Patrick, Raymond, and Tyler should be, I don't know, reacting in some way to
Yeah, Tyler in this
Gustav.
in the lead. I think Tyler reacted a
Brother.
little bit because he's the eldest.
Yeah, he's an old man at this point. He's been around the block. He should have heard about like what was going on with like Gustav's kingdom and so on. And that's a pirate.
Yep. We'll crush his
And
head with a rock.
We've heard tell that pirates have the egg, and all pirates are equivalent, right? So there's just
All pirates are
pirates know each
equivalent.
other.
We know this. Mathematics proves it. Big
Hmm.
big logs chop.
Right. So, like nature abhors a vacuum, and what does nature think about pirates? I know that nature loves a crab, and nature abhors a vacuum.
Yeah.
But where does pirate fall on the like vacuum crab?
Pirates
spectrum?
are kind of like humanity's crab.
It's kind of true. It's like in every era, like mankind has invented piracy.
Yeah. Piracy has, and basically every mode of transport has had its own variety of piracy run from it.
Yeah. You have your pikers and your highwaymen and your road rashes and
I think I actually want to turn the lights off.
your battle toads.
Your Battletoads, certainly.
Yeah, for like aquatic travel.
I've thought about streaming some Battletoads. At one point in my youth, I actually beat that game. But I doubt... It's a kind of game that I'm generally not very good at, which is like the side-scrolling platformer that requires an amount of precision. I'm usually very terrible at those, but...
Yeah, there's a lot of haptic dexterity to Battletoads that
A lot of it is just
kinda
learning
makes me not
where...
like it.
A lot of it's just learning where the warps are at. That's like a lot of old games.
Yeah.
I played
Like
a lot
the
of...
stuff that the developers left in just so they could more rapidly test their level design,
Yeah, so they could beat the game.
right?
But I also, Somersault. I also played a lot of Ghouls and Ghosts. I think I beat that game too. I don't know if I ever double beat it though.
I played the Super Nintendo version of that quite a bit.
Yeah, me too.
Like Super Ghouls and Ghosts, which I don't know if I ever actually beat it because you have to beat
it twice. Yeah. They all do that bullshit.
Right. So God, like Castlevania 3 has a hard mode that I have completed. And it's actually kind of fun because certain like Medusa heads get replaced by these even more unpredictable bouncing skulls, and it's great. I mean, man, and also you get to bring your party with you. So whatever character you have, you keep through the second mode, and you can get characters into places that they would never be able to get to normally. Like
usually means bringing Alucard into places so you can fly.
Yeah, Alucard in the like top route and so on. But like even just oh wow, and Sacred Spear.
Yeah, that was there before. I think the items just got.
Time creates a Sacred Spear here. Maybe Sacred Spear, because like all of our tools are in some way natural, right? They're like rocks and sticks. Maybe that's actually a weed.
Ooh, the Sacred Spear.
It's like mint or something.
No, mistletoe. It's sacred because it can kill Baldur. Okay. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
That rabbit had some.
The one plant that would not weep for Baldur.
That rabbit had some peeps living inside of it.
We are fighting peeps, aren't we?
Yeah. You ever watch Gourmet Makes on the Bon Appetit?
Yeah.
I was surprised to learn that the peeps only have flavoring on the outside.
I was not surprised to learn that.
I realized that peeps are like super cheap. I didn't realize they were quite that cheap.
What I never realized was that they came in like packs.
Yeah, the butts like always stick to the heads.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had a peep in like.
Oh, I haven't had a peep in like 15 years.
20 years?
Yeah.
Right?
It's like you realize early on that they suck, and like you don't.
Yeah, it's like oh wow. And, I mean, at least I grew up with a lot of brothers, so there was always a lot of like dealing and trading of holiday treats for like we all had our own tastes, and we would try to like trade off things that we didn't like for things that we did. So I would trade away my peeps. I'm like, I don't want that shit. Come on. Why would I eat like a marshmallow that has like sand on the outside? That sucks.
Yeah, although snowballs are okay, and that's mostly what a snowball is.
I've never had a snowball, so I can't say.
If you can look at a snowball, you'll know what it's like just by.
Well, like Claire Savitz did that too, so
yeah.
Maybe I'll just watch the Gourmet Makes for snowballs again.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Look, I think this is free in, so if I wanted to, I could just grind forever. Because that lady will give me hot chocolate, which will.
Yeah, that's kind of the upside downside of video games from the time before the ancient times. Like, here, you can grind forever if you want. And like nowadays, grinding forever in like an MMO or something is so like it has a kind of built-in fatiguing to it.
Ooh.
Where you will never
slice and dice. Just make 1500 pop out because I'm fucking Gus.
Holy shit. I will be interested to learn what constitutes a slice and a dice.
Yes.
Gus heard us talking about Gourmet Makes, and he's like, I'll show you how to. I'll show you cooking. Man, I was also sharpening my knives earlier tonight because I was again thinking about the muscular knives, and that got me thinking about the health of my own knives and how they hadn't been sharpened in a while, and so. Time to sharpen the knives. But
slice and dice.
The device that I have for knife sharpening is like.
Yeah.
I mean, I recognize that I could get better tools. Is I guess what I'm saying, right? Like I have the good enough sharpening device where it's like okay, just you know, this is they're for homes, for normies, just like rub, 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 and there you go. It's sharper again. Good enough.
Is it like just a cheapo whetstone or something?
No,
Or
no,
do
no,
you
no.
have
It's
one of those like ceramic steel, or like they make these.
well, it's actually okay. So there are two stages, each of which is like concentric discs that sort of like meet each other almost and have like a diamond grit.
Yeah, I recognize
And
this device.
yeah, and so like the amount of grinding material is very, very small, and they're on bevels so they can rotate with the knife as you push it through. And you know, I like this device for how contained it is and how the like curvature of the intersecting discs forces the blade into the correct angle for cutting.
At least for
So
a
you really
Western knife.
you can't go that far wrong.
If you have a
Yeah,
Japanese
yeah.
knife, you'll have to get a
It's
whetstone.
a double-sided rake, right? So with the rake only on one side, I'm gonna need something else. However, I recognize the limitations of this device, even though I love it, and you know, for how dense it is, you know, as far as like the usefulness of the tool compared to the amount of space that it totally contains.
Yeah, because a good
That
whetstone
kind of
will
density,
take up
that's
some
really fucking good.
take up some space.
But,
it requires
right?
some
Like-
work to learn how to use and maintain. Although, if you're using, here's something that lots of people, I think, get wrong, including we're talking about Bon Appetit and their knife sharpening. Brad made a knife sharpening video like yesterday,
Yeah.
and he has a stone
this is the-
surfacer, and you don't really need to surface your whetstones if you're just sharpening knives. You mostly surface your whetstones if you are sharpening things that require a high level of flatness on a single edge, like chisels. Like if you're sharpening
Yeah,
chisels
well-
with your whetstone, you need to surface your stones. But if you're just using knives,
So
you really don't need to.
yeah, I kind of know that from engineering school. And the kind of sharpening that we would do was dramatically different from like knives, right? The amount of material that you're removing from a knife is measured in molecules.
Yeah, very small.
It's like this very fine like powder that you can see, and you can do like molar conversions and so on. If
Wait,
you
hold on a
actually wanna
second.
figure out-
Beetle Cruiser! Look at this big bad beetle board we got here, Kaz!
Oh my god,
This
this,
looks-
is going to be the murder monster. You're not going to be laughing 5 minutes from now when your party is dead.
No,
you don't
we
have a
got
healer
Gus
and
with
this
us, we're
thing-
fine! We got our big bad beetle board!
Okay, I mean, yeah, like Gus is a tank in human form, but you don't know this monster.
You're right,
He's been sharpening his knives for 4 years. They're so sharp at this point. But no, I basically, I'm right there with you. We had when we were crafting tools out of like, because, you know, we would get tool steel that's just in like these little parallel pipettes.
Yep.
And it's like, this has no edge at all of any variety that looks like anything. You have to like completely form all of the angles of the tool that you're crafting from this. So we were removing a dramatic amount of material from these tiny little tools, given what they were, akin to like more. It's more like the amount that you would remove when you're like carving a pumpkin, right? Like you're taking a significant amount off of the fucking pumpkin. But anyway, the stone that we had for that, I mean, it you know, it technically was a stone, but that was the bench grinder.
Ah, yeah. It's just like a motor with a stone wheel on it.
Yep.
We got one of
Two
those.
stone wheels, because you know, one on either side,
Ooh,
so that the thing was well balanced, because it's heavy and it spins at significant RPMs. Which will, if you just have a cantilevered wheel that's that heavy and spinning that much, that's called a flywheel now, and that will store a lot of energy and also like jig in directions based on like centripetal force Because if you've ever like, and this is really fun stuff. So if you've ever like spun something heavy really fast and then tried to like turn it, it resists,
Yeah, it does not
and it
want
will
to.
kind of like wiggle on its own almost. It feels that way, and physics is cool. But yeah, so what like, long story short, you don't want like just one of those. It should come in pairs. It should be like kind of symmetrical
Although
to fight against that.
my bench grinder has a stone on one side and a buff wheel on the other.
See, that's fine, right? You're
Just-
still like,
You gotta have something. Just don't leave it.
yeah. It's, I mean, otherwise you're kind of wasting it almost.
Because okay, your bench grinder's
There's
still
a whole lot of energy that's just going into like making the thing like break itself off of the bench that you've clamped it to. But yeah, so as far as resurfacing the bench grinder, there is this like this hand tool that we had that was the thing that you use to resurface it. That you have to hold it with two hands like at your core and just sort of like push your whole body into it because of the like forces involved. You need that much like stability. So just turn it on, and then it makes this noise that you, God in heaven, I'm not gonna forget that.
Like something like that.
It makes this like rattling and like the stink that comes off of like removing that much of the stone.
Yes, it's great. I love it.
My God.
Wear proper masks when working with.
Yeah.
It's like the shop in my garage is full of bone dust right now because the vent fan broke while my dad was making knives out of bone and antler handles. And so there's just like a layer of bone dust all over a lot of the tools. You don't want to breathe that stuff in.
Yeah, great.
It is bad for you. Convert stone into breathable stone. Yes.
I mean, right. Yeah, like I've breathed in so much like steel dust in my day that I probably should not. That's like, heavy metals stay in the body for a long time. Actually, it's not great, especially if they're non-reactive, which steel is a more stable molecule, or like it's not a molecule, but it has a more stable crystalline structure than like iron alone.
It's like
I probably still have some of it in my body.
It's just inside, slowly burning out, burning away.
The steel is inside me. Okay, so it turned out that the Beetleborg was not that dangerous, and now we're fighting like them and other stuff. And Slice and Dice is very powerful.
Look how cool he looks, though. We're seeing him from the front now.
He's got a lot to recommend him.
Yeah, he looks like that one Digimon, Kuberama. I forget. It's the Beetle Digimon. I'm not a big Digimon person, but I remember that one because of a Let's Play of it, where somebody in the thread and the person Let's Playing it dove into the game files of Digimon World for the PlayStation to figure out how to make this Digimon, because nobody knew. Like 20 years since the game had come out, nobody knew how to make this one Digimon.
Yeah, I used to watch Digimon, the cartoon show.
Yeah, I watched it. It was on Fox.
Right. And I'm like, this is such... Even back then, I knew what a fucking ripoff it was, and how they were just capitalizing on a trend, and I'm like, okay, I guess this is what the world is like.
I know there's Digimon media out there that's like worthwhile, but all I could ever think of it is I would rather be watching Pokemon.
Now, there's one critical exception to this, where like the entire episode is oh shoot, what was his name? I want to say it was like Iggy or something. Yeah, like one of the kids encounters a it was very post Pokemon, but like one of the kids encounters a creature that introduces him to nihilism and convinces the kid to part with his creativity, and he like takes a jelly out of the boy that is that boy's creativity, and then without it, or his imagination or something, and without his imagination, his eyes go blank, and he starts reciting the alphabet with his body in a void, and is like, yes, I have embraced, like, I am now one with the cosmos. And I'm like, what is going on?
Hell.
And like the little guy turns around to like to sell Iggy's creativity or imagination or whatever in like a store. And it was all a hum. It was just sort of a prank to get this child to part with an element of his own consciousness so that he could like monetize it, which is also a powerful message about the nature of capitalism. And like these are really like heavy topics for like child's cartoon show to be engaging with it in any capacity whatsoever. And so no matter what the treatment that you think they gave of these topics is, having that as the plot of your child's cartoon show is kind of like, that was ahead of its time, I think. And that one has stuck with me for a long time.
Tyler is not feeling good at being sprayed with oil. He's got this down face. I don't know what that means. Melty kiss!
It looks like he's worried.
Can you survive my... No, you cannot survive my amazing sword attack.
Anyway, the digital monster friend of Iggy or whoever he is recognizes that something is fucked up, and like how his partner, having had his soul partially removed, is no longer a complete person and no longer the person that he had bonded with, and so seeks to bring that person back, which is a treatment that you could give to different shows with perhaps a more adult bent, without, you know, the... So for instance, like, we the audience know that this new person is fundamentally wrong and incorrect, right? Like, he's just been hoodwinked. He's had something stolen from him and needs to get it back. But with a different treatment, you could say, oh, well, you know, they've grown as a person or changed in some way, and wanting to change them back to that person that you knew is actively abusive or wrong in some way. And so you could have the exact same episode play out and be, you know, which is with a different artistic treatment, convey a different message, and still be the same episode. That's the power of art. Sorry, but I can't risk opening the door.
I think what I'm supposed to do is go kill all the pirates that are in town. So I've turned the lights on to see if that changed any of the encounters.
Yeah. So that's sort of the thing that we learned last time about Night Town, is that things change with light. So I'm sorry that I've been talking about Digimon for this whole time. I'm just... That episode absolutely stuck with me for a very long time, and that's all Digimon is to me now, is that one message from that one episode.
Well, it's not like anything super important's happening right now, because we're doing the City of Night, which is trying to find where the hell I should go. Like, I've killed all the monsters that I could find, and now I just gotta find the cutscene.
Is it possible to put anyone else in the lead and have them appear on the running around map?
I'll try. I don't think so. I think Tyler is in charge.
Yeah.
Yep, Tyler's in charge.
Yeah, okay. It's just him. Okay. I mean, there's the vague possibility that like someone reacts to a different person being in front, right? Yeah,
like that thing's there. It looks person-shaped. I tried opening that door to Grandma's house, to Kyle's house, but I was unable to. I'll try to go in there next, though. As good as anywhere else.
Yeah.
I also tried going to the mill.
Like,
yeah.
This method of dungeon really fucking blows.
Yeah, the City of Night has not been the strong point of the game.
Yeah, like, there's only so many screens, right? but you have to explore all of the screens in 2 different like modes. You have like lights on, lights off mode. So it's just a matter of like rubbing your body against everything, because like we don't have a narrative justification for what we're doing other than we gotta find them pirates.
Yeah, I think.
But it's not like there's any kind of breadcrumbs or like, has anyone told us where pirates hang out?
It would also have helped if I properly remembered what I was doing, which I remember this though. I remember the
Okay. Well,
this guy eating sausage.
Right.
Who is it that I decided he looked like? Shit, that famous director who made Psycho and
Alfred Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock, yes, which Alfred Hitchcock presents.
Oh yeah, where he like walks into his own silhouette.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I grew up with Alfred Hitchcock, which I only now recognize is kind of a messed up way to first engage with media. And may have led to other problems in my development.
I grew up with a lot of trauma movies, and I turned out just fine.
Well, I don't know what that is, so I presume that
you know what the Toxic Avenger is.
I only know. No, I don't, because the only exposure that I've had to Toxic Avengers, plural, was the like '90s cartoon show, like democratic response to Captain Planet.
We should I should maybe watch. We should watch Toxic Avenger. It's a very stupid movie. Oh, I killed all the pirates in the main pirate show.
Better than that freaking Shaw Brothers movie about like that was supposed to be about an oil monster, but instead was about false rape allegations.
Yeah, the oily maniac. I was betrayed by the oily maniac. I don't know if it's better than that.
We were all betrayed by the oily maniac.
But it's a trauma movie, which means it does intentionally offensive things, but it also has really good kills in it. Like there's a kill in it where Toxie goes to a gym and like is killing a guy, and he does it. It's like a weightlifting machine, and he puts a guy's head under the weights, and then lifts the weights up, and then drops it, and the spike underneath the weights crushes the guy's head. And because it's a trauma movie, you actually see the head get crushed, and it's a bad prosthetic, but it still looks really gross, and that's the appeal of the movie.
Are they the like Legend of Riki guy, or what is the where the guy like smashes the other guy's head? That one, because that was absolutely a different formative experience in my childhood. In particular, watching The Daily Show with Craig Kilborn.
I don't know.
And he would ask like 5 questions, and that was the like intro that they had. Was the like guy smashing other guy's head like a watermelon with his hands.
Nah. Well, he doesn't use his hands. We'll have to. Well, we got a dragon.
We'll compare notes.
Okay, so yeah, the pirates definitely have the egg, because the last time we saw somebody have the egg, they also controlled dragons.
Oh yes, they could use the egg to control dragons. Well, let's just...
I will show you my ogre crossing.
Knife,
yeah, biggest knife is Rock Crush. And we got poor old Raymond here, who's... I've slightly crippled by forcing him to level up his martial arts. Oscillation! Oh shit. That was nasty. Got the Rock Crush Ogre Crossing combo. I have no healer, so this might just be a fight where I eat life points every round.
Honestly, given the way the game is played out, I think that's fine to do. Just eat them. It's a resource, and like it comes back every scenario.
Yeah,
so,
I think
like,
it comes back if you go to an inn. Like they really cheapened life points in this game to the point where I'm not even sure why.
I honestly like one of the parts that I love about Romancing Saga 3, apart from like everything, because I love that game and it's beautiful. The the nature of life points in that video game recontextualized other video games to make me appreciate them even more. In particular, Final Fantasy V in the scene where Galoof confronts Exdeath in the tree. I felt like I understood more of what was happening in that scene, given my experience with Romance in SaGa 3, and that was really precious. Boy, he did not care about Delta Petra.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Wow.
Raymond sucks at magic or if this guy just resisted it.
I feel like you have to suck real bad to make a 50 power move do that little.
So we'll just continue with the rock crushing. Oh, I got interrupted, so I didn't even notice that. I should have healed my guy.
Well,
It's not great, because he was one of my better damage dealers. If somebody has to die, I would hope it would be Raymond.
I mean, we're still posting numbers to this dude.
Yeah, we still got
Basically
Gus.
on the back of Gus and slice and dice. Jesus.
Tyler also no slouch. Tyler, secretly one of the more effective party members we've ever had, but...
Yeah, we were kind of low on him for a long time because he didn't have magic that was worth anything.
Also,
but then,
he was doing the same role as Cordelia, and Cordelia was my favorite, so I made her the good one. Ah, here we go.
I like that we're still dual attacking. Like, that feels good.
Oh! Cascade Rising! Rising Dragon!
Alright, good. I don't really see a reason to do anything other than what we've been doing.
Holy shit, 10 Waza points? For focus
Focus
kick for
Alright.
79.
Well.
I guess I'll do it. Oh no, Gilder Spike. That is bad. I said Gilder Spike again, even though it's Glider Spike.
I mean, Gilder is one of the kingdoms from Princess Brides.
Hey, got him.
That's understandable.
Come on, Marshall, build arts up. No! Killing a dragon and learning how to do a... what is Rising Dragon called? There's Shoryuken, which is the Fireball. What's the other one? The Rising Dragon
Hadoken
Fist.
is-
Okay, Shoryuken is the Rising Dragon Fist, and then
Yeah.
yeah, because Shoryu is like Ryu.
It's soy sauce.
My incredible wyvern. Oh, he runs away.
So that was a little joke because shoyu is soy sauce, but shoryu is.
I'm pretty sure Shoryu is Ryu. I think the Ryu is dragon, and
Yeah.
Sho probably means something. It's got to be a word, right?
That sounds like one of the number words.
Yeah, there's Ichi, ni, san, shi.
Well, yeah, but there's more than just the like normal counting because there's
Yeah.
like different ways of saying like groupings of things
So
in Japanese.
I always say she for
Like
4,
the-
but really I should be saying yan.
The Sanbone trio, for instance, is it's funny because like that's the way that you say like multiples of 3 when they are stick shaped.
I'm going to sink that egg to the bottom of the ocean.
We were just talking about how to deal with dangerous substances and how to protect future generations from coming across them.
Oh god, Will is going to sink a ship. Like, all hands are going to go down. And there's fucking rabbits.
It looks like currently all hands is a lot of monsters. Hork!
Hark!
Hork!
Pork! Pork!
That's the sound that a Zoroark makes. I know this.
You can still call yourself a pirate? Oh, he's still gagging, and even though
like, he's He's like a tuba throat singer. He's able to like
And he's allergic to
say
eggs.
multiple things at the same time. And like...
Eggs, one of the most common food allergies. All pirates
Wait,
love
really?
eggs. Yeah, egg is a very common food sensitivity. It's like you got milk, eggs, strawberries.
I thought that like seaweed or not seaweed, like seafood and milk would be like far and away the most prevalent.
Milk's got two different things. There's lactose intolerance, and then there's lactose allergy. They're actually two different things.
Oh.
And then you've got your shellfish. There's fish. There's red meat. Red meat's less common, but strawberries, peanuts, shellfish, egg, and wheat are all really common.
Berries nuts.
I'm just a dumb pirate that's scared of storms, gets seasick, can't swim, and hates eggs. What's it to you?
Literally the worst pirate. Hi, I'm the worst fucking pirate and I know it. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, lactose allergy means you get an allergic reaction to lactose, and then lactose intolerance is just your body doesn't produce the lactase enzyme necessary for breaking down.
Right. Let's fight.
Let's fight. Let's fight this girl and her skeletons.
So wait, she's a necromancer?
And that...
Wait, but she's fighting with us.
Yeah, that makes... So... Okay, well, I'm just going to do this.
Oh, no, she's not fighting with us. She's a target. Oh, man. I just presumed because she looked like a person.
Box Thunder. Oh,
Box Thunder.
I think I'm wearing...
What?
I might be wearing the rubber shoes. I don't remember.
Yeah! Eat rubber shoes!
I will crush you with my silver staff. Rock crush!
Bonk. Well, she's dead now.
We took her money and her dead stone.
We evaporated her. Later, lady.
Yeah, we're gonna kill every single pirate, looking for the one that has...
That wasn't the one. Oh my god.
No death blow. Oh god.
Would that prevent glider spike from working?
That might prevent glider spike from working. Man, when did our tree level get so freaking high? I guess I've really been doing a lot of tree magic, because our tree and fire are usually... Bushfire.
Like,
that's why.
For a very long time.
We used brush fire so much that our fire and wood magic went up. This was the same ship that Gus served on all those years ago. Do you think I should
equip... Do we know that it's the same ship, or is it the same tile set? Or background or whatever?
It had the same conspicuous chalice room.
Oh, that's true.
And the same map. I'm a newcomer. My honey sweet time with my dear Slimy is ruined. I know it gets
wow, okay.
I know it gets lonely out here on the seas, but
yeah. Oh no! Oh no!
No, I don't want to touch it. No, I don't want to touch it.
But these things need to be more gross.
Oh god, I don't remember any of the...
What moves would you like?
Rock Crush, please.
Charge, beat, beat, beat.
Dang it. He didn't come out.
Well.
Oh god. I might have to try magic. Yeah, let's try just... to fire! Yeah, magic's the way to go here.
Okay. That did sufficient damage, in all likelihood.
I wonder if I could...
My honey sweet time.
My honey sweet time with...
What the hell?
Do I not have rock? I guess I don't have rock. Because I would try to do... Or tree either. Because I would try to do, like... Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. That was slightly better than the 2 custom 2 arts, so I guess...
Gem particle.
Yeah, we have one of those. I don't know what
I
it
think
does.
the captain is going to be upset with us. Oh, yeah.
So something here has the egg. Yeah, remember the inscrutable minigame we had to do with this map? Wait a second. Does he have a VHS on his table?
I think that's a book, but yeah, it does kind of look like a VHS tape.
Oh, great. It's Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I love that movie.
The 2 little windows into the reels that they had in there. The magnetic tape.
Let's kill all these creatures down here.
Oh my god, do we have to?
There was a treasure down there.
Okay.
So yes.
Alright. In which case, this is a fine time to
Firestorm.
freshen up my rum.
Ah, very piratical of you. You are nothing before my power. Another gem particle. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if I should equip that dead stone. I'm going to equip it over my shoes. Okay, so there was a plug at the bottom of the bilge. We are literally going to sink the ship. How do I get above decks then? There we go. You're not getting away, egg! Man, William Knight's just consigning all of these pirates to death. I'll crush your rock. Blocked! Oh. This guy sucks. That makes me suspicious. Considering how much HP he has and how little damage he was doing. But William being very, almost monstrously ruthless here.
Alright, I'm back.
So all the monsters in that one fight charged me all at once, and they all died in one action. They were guarding a sack that was plugging up a hole in the bottom of the ship, which William pulled out to consign everyone aboard to death. And we found the pirate with the egg, and we are killing him.
Alright. I did not expect that many good things to happen while I was off refreshing my drink.
Well, another good thing happened while you were refreshing your drink. Do you know what it was? You got more rum. That was a good thing that happened.
What?
Getting more rum happened.
That was
because you went to get
but
more
that was
rum.
the point.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like that's an accident. That was the reason that guy just drained egg. Oh my god! I didn't realize that he was actively egg.
He has the egg. He's sucked.
Holy
he
shit.
has sucked a lot so far. This is the first time he's done anything.
But he certainly does suck. Can't let you damage my treasure.
See, look how much he sucks when he actually does, like, his...
Oh yeah, that was a really key block there, Will Knights.
I'm gonna run out of Silver Staff at this point. Which is the point. I wanted to break it. Ah, damn it, my combo didn't come out. Oh, that killed him though.
Well, you know what? Good enough. Oh no!
Well, I guess we're all going to die on this ship. Should I not have unplugged the bottom of the ship? Is William Knights just dead now?
Is that the end of the saga of Will Knights?
I mean, could I have just chose not to do that?
I don't know.
Making a lot of saves. I might create a new save.
Will versus Egg.
Eleanor.
It's like another half of the game just doesn't happen because we got Will Knights marooned on a desert island where he can never interact.
You saw
with
that
anyone.
you could. We got Cordy unkilled. Is Gus somebody who could get killed? Or not Gus, but...
There's no way that they would let you get, like, Will Knights unceremoniously murdered halfway through the game. Like, I don't... You know what? I don't know. Like, this game has surprised and amazed so far, so perhaps it is willing to do something so
drastic.
Baffling.
This game has, like, subverted expectations plenty.
That's true. That's true.
Well, I'm gonna go look at General Nebelstern, see what happens to them. The famous General Nebelstern continues to battle with his illness and unable to overcome it. Well, another character dies.
Well, okay. Well, what if he sparks a new move in that battle with his illness? And then...
Yeah, the assassin who seemed really, really important and then just dies.
Is that our fault for, like, doing the stories in a bad order?
I don't know. If it is, then so be it. We all carve...
Right? Like, the story that comes out is the one that we make of the video game as it is, right? Like...
Ah. Dying. A service of a wide lord.
A wide lord.
Yeah, the difference between your reckless plans and my reckless plans is that mine worked.
Mine worked.
Are we gonna play as Nebelstern here? Yes.
I feel like, oh my god, that's cool. I feel like that exact phrase is something that we've said to one another in, and when we're all together playing Magic, like doing a cube or something.
Ah, yeah.
We'd have to have our other head with us, but yeah.
That would have been a good plan, except mine was better. I'll give you an antler spear. How about that? So you do tree and... okay, beast magic.
Buddy, Mindscape. Alright.
He already had Mindscape. So
yeah, he has the maximal, if you will, beast magic. Haha.
Aqua Viper.
See, that is a callback to a Transformers Beast Wars television show called Transformers Beast Wars.
Wait, Woodstock was
the Transformers were called Maximals.
Yeah, Maximals.
Like animal, but also maximum.
Man, I could have been training Beast all this time with Woodstock, and I just haven't been. Oh well.
Howdy.
Nebelstern is 23. Low on life points. High on wizard spell having.
Ooh. You should spend all of his money on things that we can keep permanently on the party.
I think... yeah, he does have 1,000 crowns.
Like, there's no way we had exactly 1,000 crowns before, right?
Can I spend my crowns?
I'm tired. Oh, wait. Um... Shoot. Nope, fell out of my head. Damn it.
I'm tired.
Yep.
Okay, so the South Continent doesn't have a lot of... has no quells and not a lot of magic. That must be why they sent Gus here. They never told us that, though. Cannot buy tasty fruit with my fruit money. So I'm trying to get across the deserts. I guess... Oh, okay. Is there anything here I want to buy?
Convert tools to chips.
This is not a mechanic we've been able to do yet. But I can do this. I can destroy some of my shit. Which I shall do. Ooh, you can't turn steel into chips.
Ha.
The steel is too powerful.
Or perhaps chips are anima related?
Yeah, that's what I
So
think.
steel having, like, no anima or anti-anima or something.
I'll get rid of a caster cloth and a hat. And my fur.
This is not a place of honor.
You're gonna keep saying that. It's gonna keep reminding you of it.
I'm gonna say that for the rest of my life. Are you kidding me? So good.
Okay.
I want that to be a permanent part of my makeup.
The only way I can think of to do that is to get it tattooed on you.
No, well, I mean,
Where would be a good place to get that
that'd probably
tattoo?
be okay.
The tattoo that says.
The only tattoo I'm ever gonna get is at the base of my neck below where a collar would go, so I can easily hide it, and it's gonna be a barcode. It's like a QR code or something,
Ooh.
and then I can make it say whatever I want because it's a QR code that goes to the internet.
So
Go to a website.
make it go.
Ooh, wait, no. Sorry. I need another one that says if found murdered, it was this person or whatever.
Ooh,
When I know
yes.
who's gonna murder me, I'm gonna get a tattoo that says who it is, so that when they discover my body,
I'll have a
they'll
clue.
just have the evidence that they need.
Okay, so we have ample. This long hallway of an area has been of use to no one so far. So
Presumably, whoever's going to murder me is not going to hear me say that. Otherwise, they would be they would know what's up. And how often how often does the murderer also completely bodily examine their victim to make sure they don't have any tattoo? That never happens.
yeah,
right?
never happens.
They eat, shoot, and leave.
Oh God, I should have
hands
looked
do.
up spear moves and how to do them.
All right, spear moves.
Do you have rush?
We got you some spear moves. Charge thrust. Charge thrust is rush.
Okay. Okay, do I have a tree equipped? I don't. I'm gonna have to equip a tree so that I can try casting woodstock.
Okay.
I'll put on sacred spear. That's a tree tool.
So some other fancy spear moves. We got swing and stab. We got double thrust. We got skewer. We got aiming, which is my favorite.
Yeah,
and we got lawnmower.
Yeah, I should look up aiming.
Okay, aiming. Focus, focus, thrust.
Oh, now here we have this decision: is one aiming better than two rush? I don't know. I think it is.
Whoa! He flips his hair back. Oh,
Yeah.
what a stylish maficker.
Should give you some spear art. Yeah, aiming. That's the only one you ever need.
Unavoidable attack.
So focus, thrust.
It's so butch.
Focus, thrust, and that's power 55.
So in this interlude, we're following Nebelstern as he describes a action that he took long ago to Gustav?
Yeah, he's recounting how he was once young and reckless and had a plan of doing something.
Yeah. Do you think that every detail of this is part of his retelling? And then I encountered an ant. I chose to use Rush twice in the first round of battle, dealing 200 damage to the ant. And then...
That's exactly how my D&D stories go.
Oh my god, the recap of the battle. Oh my god. It's like every session starts with 3 hours of recap because the recap details every action taken in battle.
Windmill.
Oh shit. That was really good. Doesn't matter that I'm stunned. I already did my move.
Let's try Woodstock. Don't stun me. God damn it. It's like my whole turn when you have one person.
That's pretty brutal. Come on, windmill his ass.
This is quite bad. I'm running away.
Yeah, like successful escape. Let's not get like stun locked by a rhinoceros.
Yeah.
That seems like a losing play.
I'm gonna put you on Cannonball.
Cannonball.
So that if I get stupid locked like that, maybe I'll go before the guy who does Rush.
Okay, so there was in my elementary school 1,000 years ago, there was a book fair that happened like once a year for a couple days. And like instead of the usual library books, they would just have like stuff you could buy.
Yeah.
And like nowadays I don't know why that was a thing, but they just called it book fair.
I went to book fair too.
There's a book that I purchased that was it was like a very small regular book, like bound and so on, like a paperback, but like a very, very small paperback. Well, thin. It was actually like a decently sized thing. A very thin paperback that had like Wolverine on the front, and it was just called The X-Men, and the entire book was like a guidebook in understanding the comic book characters and their origin stories and capabilities with no context. And that was my first exposure to the X-Men. I hadn't read any comic books, I hadn't watched any cartoon shows or anything, but that was it. So it was like, and I have not been able to find this book, even though I kind of would want to, because it was. I feel like it's a cultural artifact, like who made this and why, kind of things. It's just fascinating because like comics have this like lengthy history to them. And comic book characters have a kind of plasticity that other types of characters in other stories just do not have and cannot have. And in order to get into comic books in any meaningful way, you sort of have to understand and accept that, lest you fall prey to really not enjoying yourself with them, frankly, because you're just gonna you're going to read stories that are contradictory to other stories and be like, oh, why does this work even though it didn't work last time? What the hell? And, once you get to the... I call this the red kryptonite problem, right? Yes. Now, if you know what red kryptonite is, then you're okay. You're like... You've gone through enough comic books that you understand the plastic nature of comic book characters and the necessities of comic book writers and all that. And you're able to take the wider context of everything and appreciate an art form for what it is.
I went backwards.
If instead you either don't know what red kryptonite is, which is fine, or you do know what red kryptonite is and think of it as a, further step in a grand immutable single canon, that's a problem. that will not work. That will lead you to like the Wikipedia kind of style of keeping track of everything.
What was rush again? Was it
like
focus?
Charge, thrust.
Okay, well, it was the good one. It was aiming.
Aiming, focus, thrust.
Yes. And then I will do a water. I don't need to do water, actually, so... Can I do focus, thrust with two different things? And then just be like, defend on my last one?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I can focus with the wasteland and then thrust with the spear, and that'll still work.
Well, there you have it. I don't know why I started talking about, like, comic books. Book club.
Because we're once again in the desert for...
Yeah, like, what is... Man, like, you understand, because you have also existed on the internet for a sufficient amount of time, the parameters of searching for this thing that I'm looking for are impossible, right? Like, no combination of search terms is going to accurately get me to the thing that I am looking for, which is a paperback book printed in the 1990s.
I honestly think you're
just called The X-Men. Like,
I think your best bet would be to try to find a catalog of book fair pamphlets, like book fair catalogs from the 90s, and then use that as your...
Try to reverse engineer the existence of the thing through knowing that book clubs did exist.
Yeah.
Or like book fairs in elementary schools did exist.
It's like that. Man. If that existed, then it would follow that.
So yeah, that was one of the thing. That was one of the earliest little chips in the massive veneer or bubble or whatever it was. That was my early childhood understanding of things. And the big old bubble was things being okay, and like people have stuff figured out and everything is fine, right? Book fair was one of the little things in elementary school that sort of like started to chip away at that a little bit. Make me understand that maybe I am living in an era where not everything is okay. Because we had learned about history at that point, and we're like, man, things were kind of messed up in history. Feudalism was a bad system. We learned that even very early on. We learned about
Dirt
feudalism.
Hopper and Fairy Hopper.
Ugh. Yeah, man, the whole 3-on-1 thing. Was there anyone we could recruit in town?
I don't think so. I looked everywhere in town and there wasn't much there.
Jesus. We're getting Sonic Poison Duo attacked? That's not great. Can we burn through our life points here? Yeah, so like book club was one part. The bigger part was this thing, like, when you're a kid, you just, like, you do what teacher says, right? Like, that's kind of, you just do it. You don't think about it. They're tall. They know what's up. So you listen to the almighty tallest, and you go to the assembly area where there's a, instead of doing math for an afternoon, you do, like, an assembly. And there was, like, this guy who was not a teacher, but was there. And he was, like, part motivational speaker, part salesman. And I think his name was just Big John, and he had a trucker hat. And He was there to like motivate children to sell things from his catalog so that he could make money.
That guy used
And-
a move called Howling Heaven. Yeah, so the Trucker Hat Man was... he was basically getting you to sell candy for him, or like your...
Right. Yeah, that like it was some kind of like it was shown to us as a like a fundraiser for the school itself. Now, I didn't know much about money, so I didn't know that like the school needed money for anything. So I didn't know why this guy was trying to like motivate us to do stuff. All he was talking about was the rewards of like selling things, which was very clearly delineated in this like pyramid scheme that they had for children.
Yeah.
And I'm like, even back then, it kind of like, even though I was a child, I kind of thought that was bullshit. I'm like,
I can definitely
why,
see
though?
how you would rankle.
all of this stuff is fucking bobo. Where does it come from? Who's getting the money? Why would I do this for you? What do you do with the money? Like, what is this? And like, as I look back on that as an adult, I'm still baffled, but in different ways. Like, why was this allowed? Who are these people? How do you come up with that scheme, and how do you continue to get away with it for years?
Parent permission slips. That's how you get away with it.
Oh,
Man, these fucking
oh my
rhinos
God,
are
the permission
terrible.
slip.
I hate the rhinos.
Yeah, I mean, the rhino is the Republican in name only. And in this case, he uses the stun technique to try and delay any progress or change for as long as possible.
Okay, we killed the rhino and we can run away. I'm gonna drink it from the pond again to see what happens. If it'll let me. Although there's plants on my ass.
So a frog hopped out of the pond?
Yeah, the
last
pond
time,
the
and
pond
we
can
got
either
into a
heal
fight?
you, and it has a small chance of making the frog happen.
Oh, this is like, oh, what's his name? Not Gwydion, shoot, I'm forgetting my Welsh, I'm forgetting my Welsh mythology, but there was a story from Welsh mythology where, like, the guy, you know, there's always a guy, right, who's, like, the biggest, best guy. And so the best guy hears a tale of, like, a nearby hill, where if you go to the top of the hill, you will either get a wish or receive a beatdown. And he says to himself, because he's also the king, he says, well, I don't fear a beatdown, and I could use a wish. Let's go. And then other stuff happens, and the world's most beautiful woman rides by on a horse that travels at a speed that is faster than you are traveling at. It's not necessarily very fast, but she always outpaces you. And our guy... God, I need to look this up again. This is important. I am forgetting my Welsh mythology.
I want to meet the
Although I'm
person...
remembering the essentials of the stories. Just, you know.
I want to meet who designed this, because I hate them.
Which part?
This part.
This battle, or the fact that you're, like, alone and fighting these monsters?
Yeah, that part.
Ooh, Preach! I'll bet it's Preach. Yeah. Encounters Rhiannon. Yeah. It was Preach. Which is something that I can't quite pronounce, but it's fine. Like, a lot of our elves are supposed, like, in the Welsh pronunciation of things would be like Chanaur. Yeah, the Lord of Dyfed. Yes.
Shit.
Yes, this guy. And he hears the story of, like, this hillock, but it's like you will either receive a beatdown or encounter a wonder. And he's like, I want to encounter a wonder, and I am not afraid of beatdowns. God, Welsh mythology is so messed up. It's like it's equal parts baffling and completely understandable. Like Pooch and his team at one point have to like get someone back because she's about to marry the wrong guy. And so they disguise themselves as troubadours and like play act at the wedding. And they're like, here, it's time to play a game. The groom has to get in this bag. And the groom's like, oh, it's fun. Let's get in the bag. And then he gets in the bag, and they just beat the shit out of him while he's in the bag. And this became the game of soccer. Like, this is how it was invented. They got this guy in a bag and just beat the shit out of him. And then they're like, okay, we'll let you out of the bag, but only if you promise that the wedding's off. And he's like, okay, y'all beat the shit out of me. Please let me out of the bag. The wedding's off.
You do what you gotta do.
And that's it. That's the whole story. That was their entire plan. Fool him into getting into a bag, and then beat him up while he is in a bag.
Oh, it's one of the classics, you know? What more do you need?
It's like, it's such a half-baked plan, but I still love it.
It's like, you see that at the start of, Resident Evil 5. I didn't know they were playing soccer when they were kicking that meat bag.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Oh, it's a link on the internet.
I'm going to...
It's a book link, though. Books can't be bad.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me investigate. I'll investigate in a safe space.
Where's my moderator tools at, though? Am I not logged into Twitch?
The Marvel X-Men guidebook!
Hey!
Holy shit!
You said to outsource
No, this is good. That's the thing! How did you find the thing? Oh my god, I just talked about it for like... How is it categorized in science fiction?
I mean, you gotta admit, it is science fiction. When they're right, they're right.
Oh my god. Okay. Kind of losing my mind over the existence of the Marvel X-Men guidebook. God, like the cover that I bought when I was a child was in color. This is like the black and white version of that. It's probably the same thing. Parachute Press. Oh my god. Published on January 1st. I'm so fucking sure. What a fake looking thing. So anyway, someone _R_C_TM0 has found a thing that I have been looking for decades, thanks to the magic of the internet and perhaps more rigorous and diligent internet searching than I ever performed, because I get... Honestly, if I'm looking for something on the internet and I don't find it within 15 seconds, I stop looking. I feel like it's not worth it after that.
It's the old... Gotta value your time.
That's bad of me, but, you know.
Well, we got across the horrible desert. I'm finally learning my way across it somehow.
Wait, who's that? That's a man.
Yeah, I think this is Seal.
What? No,
Yeah, it lists before Kelvin. So I think this is the teacher.
Oh, Sealmer?
Yeah, Sealmer.
Right.
It's my anima. I'll do what I want. It's what I want. It's my anima. I'll do what I want. Because this guy's telling us not to waste our life given to us by our parents.
Does that mean you can waste your own children's lives?
Absolutely.
Is that how it works?
I mean, that's what forcing your hobbies onto your children is. So we got Sealmer, who, yes, I've also stolen all of his equipment.
Okay, good.
He probably can cast Firestorm, so...
Can you cast Firestorm? Yes, no. Oh, okay. So, yeah, Sealmer, in addition to joining our party here, also hinted at the existence of a different party member.
Also, he has the Seal Merlion.
Ciel Merlion.
This item cannot be removed.
Cannot be removed. Oh, shit! That's something that's coming back from Romancing Saga 3. The party members who had the, like, mandatory equipment that they started with.
Yeah, Gus had that too, though. He wouldn't let go of his steel
like
sword.
Milfy and her teddy bear.
And Dracula.
Or like, yeah, yeah. Dracula had the special dusk robe.
So he has a.
Boston had his own shell.
Yep, couldn't take his shell off.
Can't take the shell off. It's like, it's my shell. What the hell, dude? Are you what? You're gonna like equip your skin? Do you want to like unequip your skin? Is that what you want, player? Do you want to conceptualize the notion that your skin is merely armor that you could remove? Where does it end? Why not give up your bones? Give me your bones, player. Put them into the PlayStation. There's a slot for it.
You don't.
Have you seen the slot?
You don't need your bones. I need your bones.
You don't give your bones to the PlayStation.
It reminds me of that.
By the way, on your PlayStation 2 console, if you still have one, there's an extra button kind of on the side, or if you have it stood up, it's on the bottom, I guess, because they had the little stand for it that you would push and whatever. And you could also like, you could pull the logo out and wiggle it to the side.
Look who it is.
What?
Look who it is.
Narcisse!
It's Narcisse!
Oh my god, young Narcisse! Holy shit! Wait! This is the past, right?
This is the past. This is younger Narcisse.
We have to get him permanently killed. Get him perma-murdered so that we cause a time paradox. So he appears in later things.
Yeah, that'll make the general show up and be like, or Colonel Campbell show up.
Oh my god!
You've created a time paradox.
So hold on, Narcisse worked for these guys. These are the Gus boys.
Yeah, this is pre-Gus. Like, Gus isn't even alive at this point, I don't think.
Well, sure, but they eventually meet up with Gus.
Yes.
So Narcisse, like, knew the guys who knew Gus.
Yeah.
And eventually hooks up with Will Knights.
Yeah, because like at this point, Narcisse was a digger, which means I don't know what he was doing in the southern continent. If the southern continent just doesn't have quells.
Maybe there are quells in the southern continent still?
He's just remarking, though. Look at him. He's saying, you should have told me beforehand. This is a completely wasted trip. Maybe he came here looking for quells, and then everyone started telling him that there were no quells here.
Oh, yeah, there are no quells.
Yeah, he was just saying that, yeah.
Oh, I already told you! Oh my god! This game is so good! What the fuck?
Who is this little chap?
How is this video game so good?
What do you mean, little chap? I am Nebelstern. I traveled alone across the desert from Grugel.
He did! And we did! We know how important that is and how dangerous. Because we just did it.
And then Nebelstern just challenges him to a duel.
Oh, just because they're men, and men just do that, the idiots.
What a snob. Well, I mean, you're right. Narcisse is a snob.
Oh, I am losing my mind over how good this video game is.
If you can't, he just said, if you can't get along with people, if you can't work with people you don't like, only death awaits you.
If you find yourself without companions, only one companion remains. And like Gravelord Mito like rises over the hill. It's like, what's up, dude? I'm your only friend now.
Stone.
God, 23-year-old Narcisse. This game is sending me, buddy. Wow. How did? Wait. I'm gonna pull us way back.
Yeah.
Like way back. How did you decide to play this game? That's what we would do. What was the decision-making process?
I was stoked at you beating Romancing Saga 3, and I picked a different Saga game almost at semi-random. So it was almost complete chance that we played this game in particular.
Okay, that seems legit. That's definitely how I make decisions, largely at random.
So you don't need Sonic Burner. What you need is a spell called Firestorm. The spell that kills!
Yes, the killing spell. That's what you need. Are we actually like teaching? Are we teaching Narcisse techniques that
He won't know in the
sparked
future.
In the future, and
No, he didn't know Firestorm. He had all the stuff that he did spark in the future, but now we're teaching him a spell that he will later forget. Maybe he'll. Maybe he hits his head or something.
No, I think Rears recommended Saga Frontier 1.
Yeah, and I didn't want to play that game because I knew it was unfinished. I know that game was largely unfinished.
No, I mean, as far as unfinished games go, I like Nier a lot.
I would call
definitely like.
I would call Nier more half-baked than unfinished.
Yeah,
like all the stuff is there
I
for a thing, but then
I mean, I accept that interpretation. But my own notions about Nier the video game are that like what is there absolutely works. Like it has so much to it, and the things that are there do work. However, there's just missing pieces. And I'm like, I think of it as an excellent 75% of a video game, and that's what it is in my head, and I love it to death. What I don't like about Nier are everything other than the video game itself, which is to say, not Dragon Quarter. What's the Drakengard? The pedigree of Drakengard, the legacy of Nier Automata, the fetishization Nier cargo cult status of Yoko Taro as a person turned into object, or like auteur or whatever.
I think I've noticed that you don't like auteurs in general, especially with video games.
I think the only auteur that I kind of like is David Lynch. But he hasn't made any video games, so that's like fine.
He probably should.
Like,
he loves video. He loves like video and online stuff. He loves digital, so he should make a game before he dies. I think they're making a Twin Peaks: The Return VR game, and I don't think he's attached to it at all.
Man, I'm terrified of what it would mean for like David Lynch to create a video game.
Why can't you cast Firestorm? I put a fire tool on you.
Wait, I thought Firestorm required like stone also.
Flame tree. God damn it, he doesn't have a tree tool.
Okay.
I guess he's defending then, because that's all he can. No, you stone. Use stone on Horned Buffalo.
Okay, I was still wrong, but like essentially I was correct.
I'm glad I saved before this, because these Horned Buffaloes are motherfuckers.
Alright, Horned Buffaloes. That didn't even do anything. Oh my god.
Well,
wow, Narcisse, back when he sucked.
He does suck a lot if you don't give him the shit he needs to be able to play the video game. That much is true. We have one person with
we may have had a part in. We may have had a hand in his sucking, but I choose to interpret that as the game's way of showing us what it's like to have aged and leveled up as a person over time, and they've chosen to allow us to interpret this. Like, he just got knocked out by this one move.
That's because these guys are the motherfuckers.
Yes.
They're probably going to wipe me.
The bold as brass beaters. The rowdiest
Can I
of
kill
the rowdies.
Call a truce.
Okay, we have we have come to terms with the wild buffalo.
That's all we need.
I did not tame the buffalo. I merely shot it.
I need to give you a tree tool. Mushroom tier is not a tree tool. I don't know why I always think it is. It's not. just give you a cross branch. You've got fire, tree, and stone. You've got all you need. Mushroom, not a tree.
Mushroom is a... I mean, it's a kind of a tree, right? Because it has a stalk, which is called a stipe. I only know that because I did too many crossword puzzles in my youth.
We're going to die. It's another...
Just to say, a couple of years ago.
Please, only one. No, two. No! They know.
Sweet. No, go spend life points freely. We know Narcisse makes it out of this alive.
Yeah, I should heal. I didn't even realize. Okay, so cover HP.
Yeah, you should probably. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Caught us. I caught you before you committed the actions.
Oh, I like that. Nebelstern has low life points, and also we find that out in the scene where he's telling us things that are happening before he dies, because he's dying as he's telling us this story. Oh, goodbye, Narcisse. Murdered by horned buffaloes.
So you think that this whole, like, what we're experiencing here is a kind of meta-narrative?
No, I just think he's dying while young, and he has low life points. Like, those two things are intertwined.
Oh, okay.
The other character that died young also had low life points. Oh, I'm just totally fucked here. What?
Jesus Christ. Alright, I mean, good at calling a truce with dangerous monsters. That's kind of a skill.
I kind of know where I need to go, but I don't know how to get to where I'm going.
Yeah, I don't want to sound too judgmental about this whole thing that we're in, but this whole chapter has seemed like it monumentally blows.
Yeah, it's not very good. But we've had some great...
Oh, here's some characters that you have never used, and like, oh, it's Narcisse also. And here's, just get into a bunch of fights, and they're all bad.
Yeah, like
they're all very taxing and terrible.
And it's an area with the exact same enemies as it was the last time we were here.
Oh, right, but you don't have it... Like, you have no agency over anything that's happened to these characters at this point, right? Like, they're new to us.
This place did suck the first time we were here, too. This place was just awful. Because the fucking horn rhinos. The horn...
Maybe this goddamn desert is somewhere where no human should go. There is no honor to be had here. This is not a place.
That was, like, the whole point of it. Like, Nebelstern came here because it was hard, I'm pretty sure.
What a jackass! Why do that? Why would... God, that's like half of why Puig did his thing, but the bad half. It's like someone said to Puig, go to the top of this hill, you have a 50-50 chance of getting a beatdown. He's like, what's the other 50%? Nothing. He's like, alright, I'll do it anyway.
I mean, that defined...
It's like, no upside, come on!
That defined our generation overlap a bit, was the show Jackass, which was just that, though, right?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it was.
It's just like...
Although, there was some upside to the show Jackass, which was the part where the guy attached a leech to his eyeball.
That was... I think that might have been Wild Boys. Don't hold me to that, though.
Wasn't... Okay, I don't know for a fact if it... You know,
I don't know
was one or
either.
the
That
other,
was a long time ago. I
No,
also
I feel like
I also loved that show.
That was a real teaching moment for me in particular, because I learned that, you know...
You learned that disgusting things can happen.
No. I learned to appreciate what I did not know about things I had not directly experienced. For me, at that time, before watching the mini part of some episode of some television program where a man attaches a leech to his own eyeball, I didn't have any direct experience with leeches. The only knowledge that I had of leeches was from Magic the Gathering.
Squelch of Leeches.
No, the card
Land
Leeches.
Leeches. First Strike.
Which is green 1 for 2/2 first strike. from the dark.
What more do you need than land leeches?
And, illustration by Quentin Hoover,
Well,
which depicted two creatures that barely at all look like leeches
They look like leeches.
in real life.
I think they look fairly like leeches.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take what a leech is and then make it extremely large and wide, and, like in the grass for some reason, and also
so they are, and they first strike somehow.
Styling, what the? Why do they have first strike?
I don't know
why. Why does a leech have first strike? What is a land leech? No part of this magic card makes any sense. I love it. But that was all I knew about leeches. And then here was this guy on a television program attaching a leech to his eyeball, and I'm like,
this is awful.
I don't know anything about leeches. Now, learning incidental facts like your eyeball does not have nerve endings, so you can't exactly feel contact with it. That was something. Also, the incidental fact of leeches producing a I think it's an enzyme. I don't know that for certain, but they produce a substance. Yeah, they produce a substance that prevents the host from either feeling the bite or the wound healing, and that that awakened my mind to the possibilities of biology, which is a fascinating and multifaceted thing, and it was so important and beautiful, that moment where some jackass puts a leech on his eyeball for no reason.
Would this fight be easier, I wonder, if I dueled? Or is the secret of the horn buffalo that you're supposed to duel them?
Oh, so that you can get lucky dodges or something?
No,
I don't know, man.
Maybe the monsters are just easier if you duel, their numbers are smaller.
I honestly think that the buffalo are just too powerful.
That would appear to be what I believe as well, is that the buffalo are too powerful. They have more than 2,000 health.
So, okay, the fun part about getting back to why mushrooms are not trees. The fun part about mushrooms being a different phylogeny than plants is that was not always the case, even within living memory. So my own parents, in their school days, were taught that fungi were a subdivision of the plant kingdom. But when I was a lad, biology had further divided up the kingdom so that fungi were not part of the plant kingdom. So the evolution of teaching and of science is even quite recent, that's the really fascinating stuff, the fun stuff.
I hate the desert.
It sucks. That's why I'm talking about fungi and learning and mathematics and and my own cat. Hey, buddy, what's going on? Shacktool is quite upset with me right now. He's about to destroy a wall in my presence.
Mushrooms have a lot of cells. They can be really big, even. The biggest life form in North America is a mushroom. And the second one is a tree. There's the birch colony, and then there's a big mushroom colony that spans several states.
Is this a living menace? Is it gonna destroy us at some point?
No, I don't think so. It lives there and exists, being an ancient life form.
I mean, yeah, I get you, but think back to Chrono Trigger, where there's a part of the game where in the what is to Chrono and many of his comrades the past, at some point they're meddling with time. Someone summons the Black Omen, which is a gigantic floating pyramid And when you go back to the present, everyone, even Chrono's mom, acknowledges the Black Omen as just a fact of their everyday lives. They're just like, oh, the Black Omen is shining today. Hooray. Because they've lived with it their entire lives. Even, like, the lives of everyone that they have known. The entirety of living memory has had this thing in it, so they just sort of, like, accept it. Do we merely accept this being? This ancient fungus?
Okay, here's something to put that in perspective, I guess. Not everything that's ancient is evil. Have you ever owned a natural bathing sponge? Like a sponge that was made out of a real sponge?
I never have, but I know of them.
Okay.
Oh.
You know the lifespan of a sponge?
It's like 10,000 years or something.
Most of them only live 1,000 years, to be fair. But some can live for 10,000 years.
Oh my god. There was that tragic story about, like, an oyster. There was, like, the oldest known animal or something, and, like, it tragically died when scientists tried to, like, move it from place to place. And it's like
it was
like 1,600 years old or something.
Yeah. The oldest organism I can think of is there was a pine tree somewhere in, like, the Nevada-California border that was something like 20,000 years old or something like that. It predated Mesoamericans.
Jesus Christ.
And I think it got vandalized. But that's nothing super special. Just because something's ancient and remarkable doesn't mean that dumb randomness can't come and destroy.
You're not so tough!
Yeah. Well, no, what I'm saying is there's nothing so unique and special and ancient and valuable that dumb random chance and dumb angry spite can't come and destroy it. Keep that in your hearts at home, gamers. Thank you, sir. This is as far as you need to go to see me off. And then I'll backstep away.
And he moonwalks? Oh my god.
I don't think humans are unique in our jerksomeness. That was just a story. That was a Shaggy Dog story.
We did not feel like a Shaggy Dog story. Like, oh yeah, I palled around the desert for like a fucking hour with these two jackasses. Well, the end. I'm gonna go die over here. What? That didn't inform us in the least about who he was, what he wanted.
All it really did was establish that Nebelstern knew Narcisse and Narcisse knew Seelmer. Oh, but
and that's like
here's something that's
cool and interesting to us, the players, right? Because we've seen these characters in other contexts. But in context of Nebelstern talking to Gustav and relating these facts, like Gustav would be like, "Okay, I don't give a shit. Go die, I guess." Like,
oh, we got a childish map.
I do like the Mesoamerican styling of the clouds there. That's kind of dope.
Wait, who is this? Who is this stylish person?
I mean, who are three of the four of these people? I think that
Eleanor. We had somebody named Eleanor. Oh, and then I think that is the guy I'm making into a kung fu artist, and the guy on the left is Patrick.
I thought the guy on the right was the dying man.
No, that's
no. Guy on the left is Patrick. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Is that LaBelle? It could be LaBelle. This is the map of the forest. But even with this map, this childish map, the story is that no one ever made it to the destination. So we're looking for a vantage point. And if it's not as tall enough, I'll have you climb a tree. Yeah, Eleanor.
Alright.
So I have no complaints. Get
Oh
Eleanor.
wow. Where are we and why?
Wait, what? Patrick's
man
45?
Patrick.
He was like 23
Holy
before.
shit.
We just skipped forward like 23
This
years.
fucking video game. I'm telling you, we could make like a version of this video game that never ends and call it Rogue Legacy or some shit. Where it's
Holy
like, yeah, they're
Holly staff.
really old.
So she is a fire tree
Okay,
wizard, which means she
I
gets
have to take care of my cat. I'm gonna.
Alright, well, you
I'll
get
be
a
right back.
very special spell called Firestorm. And I guess you can get Delta Petra just in case that matters. And you have enough to do like Life Water. But really, you're just going to be casting fire a whole bunch. What more do you need? Fire Flake. I'll give you the forest map. Yeah, you're still working on that. Raymond's still learning how to punch. At age 40. Fossil sword. Holy shit, we have a sword user! Oh, how I've been awaiting this. You shall... And you can use Tornado Blade! I basically never need you anymore. I think you're mostly going to be a sword user, so I'm not going to worry about too much, but I'll give you the ability to cast Life Water. My fat, stupid dog is snoring behind me. Yes, you've got Flame, you've got Beast, Wind Shell. Yeah, there's a water tool. So you've got water, tone, tree, and beast. What do you need beast for? Do I have a better sword? Not really. Well.
Okay, I return.
The only thing you missed was, we have a sword user now.
Hey, sweet.
And my fat, stupid dog is snoring behind me.
Aw,
Look at Eleanor's
that's cute.
pose.
That's a JoJo's outfit and pose.
Yeah, she kind of looks
What
like,
the heck?
the current JoJo. The one with 4 balls. Josuke Part 2. 4 balls. I also...
Yo, when are we gonna watch JoJo's again? I feel like it's been a million years.
It has, like, MagFest got in the way, and then, like... Wait, was this the spot that our sword guy started? Or that the assassin who died?
With the ninjas?
Yeah, is this the same
Yeah.
spot? I don't know where to go. Oh, I got attacked.
Oh, shit. I mean, that monster wanted it. So, I mean, we got 4 people at this point. Let's
fucking destroy him.
Oh, okay.
I'm not afraid. Just look at this.
I mean, okay.
These Rock
Rhino.
Cascade Rising, yes. Yeah, this guy can use Tornado Blade.
Tornado Blade.
Oh, look at his sword, too. Holy shit.
It's pretty dope. It's got the little, you know, the circle taken out of it so that you can hang it on the wall on, like, a pin.
Yeah!
Or perhaps that happens.
Firestorm is a good spell.
It's a good one.
Yeah, Eleanor's weapon is 4 power, but I don't care. It's... what did she not have? She doesn't have a water tool.
What does Eleanor's outfit actually remind me of? I feel like I've seen this person before.
I guess I'll give her an ice staff just to give her a water tool.
Oh, wait. Wait. She reminds me of a Street Fighter.
Ooh.
You know, the one that has, like, it's, like, ported over from, that other game that had Red Riding Hood in it.
Darkstalkers, yeah.
Yeah, so there was, like, a Darkstalker that was based on the Chinese hopping vampire. And, like, she had, like, long cloth arms with knives at the end and a little hat. Who is that?
I don't know any of their names.
I'm cobbling together a fake memory from disparate sources at present.
It's a real character. I don't know her. The only Darkstalker I know is Felicia because she's the cat girl.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know Morrigan.
Yeah. And then I know the Dracula. Morrigan. I don't remember his name. There's a literal.
I don't remember there being a Dracula in Darkstalkers.
Darkstalkers has a literal Dracula in it. Only he's named something else, I think. These enemies are pathetic, so I will avoid them. You are not even worth fighting. Oh,
you are pathetic.
Oh God, this is a Lost Woods.
Oh fuck!
How do I use my map?
I hate Lost Woodses. I really do.
I gave.
They're like
my map to her.
They're beneath teleports in my litany of hated video game things.
See, I don't mind teleports, but I do dislike Lost Woods most of the time. The worst Lost Woods is not a Lost Woods, but it's instead a... Actually, everyone's gonna defend, except you can... I guess you can ogre
Is it a texture error? Because...
it's in Super Mario Bros. 2. The Lost Levels. The fucking maze.
Oh, yeah. How they have you do the whole, like, up-down thing in a Bowser Castle?
Yeah.
And it's like, pick the right way through. And they tried to correct it in the Mario All-Stars version of Lost Levels, where if you would go the right direction, it would have a little, like, sound that would play, a little doo.
Patrick has a lot of fucking health, man. Land Kraken, you're nobody new. I don't want a Firestorm to just wipe these guys out so that I can get martial levels on Raymond.
So, one of the perverse parts of the video game that we're playing here, and not perverse in the sense of like sexual perversion or anything, but like think of it this way: we've had these different stories with these different characters in different eras of time, and that's our perspective on the game, and we're on the side of whoever we're playing as. We're on the side of Will Knights or Gustav or Eleanor or Ninja Boy or whoever, right? Like we feel for them, we want them to succeed, we are them succeeding, but they're not a consistent element of the game. The consistent elements of the game are their equipment and the monsters. Like, the monsters are more a consistent part of the game than any character is.
So we should be feeling...
Which is kind of beautiful.
Which means we should feel sympathy towards them. You're going all...
I think so.
You're going all George Romero on us. Where you're supposed to sympathize with the zombies.
I'm trying to go more Guillermo del Toro on us. Sympathy for, or even love of the alien, the other, the monster.
I do love Guillermo.
Guillermo is great.
He got to be in a video game. The video game he was in was not good, but he got to be in it. And he had fun making it. That's all I care about.
I think the thing that really got me about Guillermo, and the reason that I will forever love everything that he does, is when I saw a brief snippet of the making of Pacific Rim, where he was just like, and this is Guillermo's words, like, when I was growing up watching Godzilla, I really liked Godzilla, and I was fascinated with monsters. So I wanted to make a movie where you got to see the monsters. You know what?
Like, what more do you
Okay,
need?
dude.
Can I use
I also
Force
love
Map?
Godzilla. Godzilla fucking owns.
I'm going to take a screen capture of this. I advise that you do as well. Okay, so we gotta find where we are.
So I think the only part of this that we've seen so far is the well. Do you remember the little pathetic monsters who were circling around it?
Yeah, we should find the
up,
well.
You should have gone down. That's all. That's the start of that.
So if I can find the well, I can...
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck!
Or is this it? Did you go the right way by accident? Here we are. Who needs a fucking map? We need a gorilla.
Whoa!
Hey!
Oh, Patrick.
Wait, what is this guy's name? I need to... Woodguard.
Woodguard.
That's a shitty name. You need a name like Monstressor or something.
Well, I'll show him my tornado blade.
Use Tornado Blade on Monstressor. It's like a monster and a stressor and Montressor all together. That is why I came up with that name. He looks very surprised to have been hit with Firestorm Duo attack.
But is he going to be surprised to get the Rising Dragon Tornado Blade? That looks fucking cool.
Yes.
Just because the way the graphics lined up.
I really think
water.
that's intentional, right? Like, we've kind of seen that before. Anyway, spend life points freely. Just do it. Spend
Pop
lots of
shoes.
life points.
I also want to level up my water skill, though. So he's gonna
Do you want to like make sure that Rich has like more than 37 hit points?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
2 people use life water. Pop shoes!
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that you were using life water. I thought that it's fine.
Yeah.
You're doing fine.
Levels
I'm not
up.
criticizing. Like, anytime I recommend a course of action, that's not a criticism, okay?
Yeah,
Like,
even if you were criticizing, I am unbothered by criticism.
It's good. It's good.
Very.
It's kind of like when that's something else that I should get back to. I should get back to playing Sekiro.
You should.
Because
if you liked Grandma, there's some news about some other bosses in that game.
Butterfly Grandma was real fucking good.
The game is at its best when you are dueling.
Yeah, I kind of feel that same way. Like, the sneaking around is like, okay.
It's okay.
Just get to the next part. Get to the next part.
Oh shit. Well.
Oh,
Holy shit, look at the life points on Eleanor!
A healthy babe, I guess.
20!
Is she literally the healthiest person that we've met so far?
Or she's like...
Man.
Remember the grandma from Romancing Saga 3 who was really good at magic? She had like 20 life points despite being really old. Maybe this is the same person. She was one of the...
Bailing?
It might have been Bailing. She's one of the Eastern people.
She was from the East.
Yeah.
And yeah, she had the powerful wind magic.
Oh.
That's probably why, because she started out as a wind mage, so they wanted her to like do good with the ultimate wind magic.
Yeah, which is good wind magic.
It's so fucking broken. Oh my god.
Cut the fur off that gorilla.
I think I adequately demonstrated how fucking ridiculous that wind magic was in my own like recent playthrough of that video game.
Okay, so is this the second to the left place? The spot between the loot tower and the well.
we could pull out the map now, right?
That's not. Well, I have it up on another screen.
Okay.
I think this is the only one way to. Nope, there's 2 ways to go. Okay, shit. Does this take me back to where I was? No.
Oh, busted. Okay.
So I just want to look for a landmark of a place that's a place and not like a... Shit. I think this is a place to be.
Yeah, because on the right of the map, there's like a tall tower, or like
Yeah.
a tall fin tower.
So I think I want to go up and left here. These guys will die easily.
We're doing it.
Because...
We'll solve the maze. Can you solve my deadly maze, Superman?
Maybe not tonight, because I want to watch Jens do Khan's Cube. I think he's doing that right now, actually. We're almost to 2 hours. We are literally at 2 hours, so if I find a reasonable place to stop, I can just save anywhere. But
yeah, that's the upside downside of this game, right? Like you can just pick up and come back whenever. But if you do that, then you're like, oh wow, I picked up in the middle of a thing that I don't know what the fuck I was doing, and it's confusing, and there's this like map. So like, what?
Yeah, so I want to go up here.
Okay.
I think. And here's the well. So we want to go...
Alright. We got to the well. And from the well, we want to go, like, down right.
There's one way... Actually, what if we saved here?
Okay.
So then if I get
we'll
lost...
try to remember to, like, look at the map.
Yeah, I'll save the map on my desktop. And if I get lost next time, we can just reload the save. So... That's going to be it for tonight, everybody.
What a good idea.
Thanks to Ogre for the resub. Thanks to Kaz for joining me a bit early.
I feel like I anti-contributed to tonight's actions. I was just talking about whatever random bullshit occurred to me.
Part of that was
in front of my eyes.
Part of that was the fact that we did some pretty vile shit today. Like a lot of the stuff we were doing was the City of Night, pretty bad.
The entire middle part of this was the goddamned desert, and it's like, okay, well, we're in a desert.
So this was a stream of lots of filler with a few very scrumptious parts of like Narcisse and like Sealmer meeting up with Nebelstern, and like William pulling the plug out of the bottom of a ship to consign everyone aboard to death.
Yeah, to like cut his whole story off there. We will never go back to William Knights.
Yeah, William Knights is dead.
He's dead.
I might just on my own time see if I can progress without pulling the plug on the ship. And if I can, I don't mind playing like an extra 45 minutes. But I can do this. And that makes it easier. But that's going to be it for now. I'm going to ship it on over to Jen's, just doing Khan's Cube, which I want to watch. So.
Alright, sweet.
Good night, everybody. Actually, what if I do this? I've never done this before.
The raid?
Yeah.
Are you gonna raid?
I've never done that one before.
I'm gonna press the leave button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, good night, everybody.
Wait, no, the join button. Wait.